Alright, part two, this last part. Getting out of politics here, I'd just like to say 2015, this is gonna be the time when they sit around and they talk about the bullshit. You know what bullshit I'm talking about. We're gonna start having people coming out and campaigning for president in 2016. Now, the two obvious people is Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush. Excuse me. Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush. Now, Hillary Clinton is obviously a Democrat. And, what's her name? Elizabeth Warren? I think she might be a third-party ticket. But maybe she'll be a Democrat. I don't know. All I know is that there's not a lot of people running. We're still going to have third parties. We're going to have libertarians. We're going to have Greens parties. We're going to have independents. How many people are going to turn out to vote? Probably not many. Probably not many. I mean, over here in Illinois, we had Pat Quinn versus Bruce Rauner. And Bruce Rauner and Pat Quinn were both 44-44 with approval ratings. Go figure. All the other percentage were people that, like, they picked all these different people. I didn't even know who the fuck they were. You know, they're completely tied, man, with approval ratings. But Bruce Rauner won in a fucking landslide. You know? He took all the counties except Cook County. You know? I think that something like that could happen on a national level. I think that we could see something kind of like Ronald Reagan, where he took 49 states. I think something like that's very possible. The Republican Party is going to have to be more progressive in their policies, especially socially. They're going to have to be anti-war. They're going to have to be pro-gay marriage, pro-minimum wage raising. They're going to have to support economic growth, renewable energies. They're going to have to support the Second Amendment and the Constitution. That's how you're going to win. If they don't do any of those things, they're not going to fucking win. If they support the death penalty, they're not going to win, for example. They support GMOs. If they're like these skull and bones people, they're not going to win. In other words, these guys cannot be rhinos. Okay, these guys are going to have to be Americans. Okay, we can't have any more of these skull and bones Bohemian Grove motherfuckers. Okay, that's why I'm saying no Jeb Bush. Now let me tell you this, the straw poll at CPAC found that Rand Paul had a 47% approval rating with the Republican Party. That's overwhelming. No one has ever in the history of the Republican Party ever had a 47% approval rating for a potential candidate. Chris Christie had 8%, Jeb Bush had 12%, Mitt Romney had 4%, Sarah Palin had 2%, Rand Paul had 47%, man. That's overwhelming. So, Rand Paul, it's very likely he's going to run. I personally don't think that he's a good candidate. You know, I don't know, man. It's very likely. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. I hope that Pakistan, because Pakistan is involved in the war on terror now, for real this time. They're not just saying it. You know, Malala Yousafzai's still going to be doing her thing. Wolfpack, which I'm a member of here in Illinois, we've gotten 5 states to get money out of politics. What that means is that corporations cannot lobby political candidates. Only private individuals can. So you'll see more of us. You'll see more of us. Maybe we'll even get recognized as a progressive party. I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. We need to have a third party. We need to get rid of this bipartisan shit. It's not working, man. Every other country in the world has more than one political party, pretty much. Except for North Korea and Israel. But for most of the country has 3-4 parties. The United States has a 2-party system. And Italy has a 2-party system. In Italy, it's communism and fascism. No shit, that's their choices. You either get fucking Stalin or you get Hitler. That's it. They've got, I mean, communism, I mean, their communism is not like Stalin. Their communism isn't even communism. Their communism is labeled that, but they're basically social conservatives. they're a 98% Catholic country. If they were actual communists, where they were atheists, they wouldn't get elected. Let's put it that way. If they started implementing true communist policies in Italy, they would have a revolution. Because, like I said, 98% of the country is Catholic. So, in this country, you got 80% of the Republican Party is white. And then the Democrats, you got 80% of the Democrat Party that's non-white. So the Democrats have become the non-white, Hispanic, Black, Latina party. And then the Republicans have become the white male party. The Democrats are the Protestants and the Republicans are the evangelicals. Every poll shows this. If you don't believe me, you fucking look it up, dude. I was shocked. I had the NPR on it. They were saying that. I'm like, that's bullshit. I looked it up. It's all true, man. We're having a country that's so polarized right now. It's black versus white, gay versus straight, Christian versus atheist. We've got to stop this, man. We need to understand that we are all Americans. Okay? We've got to start understanding that. We got to stop this bullshit. The media is still going to be race baiting. Look, the white cop shot the black kid. They're, you know, the black guys in Ferguson with the American flag upside down. The ACLU made that illegal, man. These guys, you go over there to Oakland and they're burning down grocery stores and shit. And you go to Washington D.C. and they take down American flags and they're putting up anarchy flags and they're making the American flags inverted. That happened in my local town. Someone climbed a flagpole and tore up the American flag outside of a library. We got 8,000 people. This is like a 98% white community. It's 80% Republican. But yet, someone climbed a flagpole and tore up the fucking flag. They said, oh, maybe the wind did it. No, they didn't. I've been hearing gunshots around here. So, it's the new year. Uh-huh, right. There's been 8 police sirens every day. I got the video on my channel of the military helicopters flying in Ferguson. We're gonna have a civil war in this country if this shit keeps up. We have a 38% dissidence rating. You don't believe me? Look it up your fucking self. Obama had a 35% approval rating last year, and now it's 47% because the oil prices are low. Internationally speaking, that's bad. Domestically, that's good. We're going to continue to see more economic growth in the third world. We've been living in a multipolar world for the last 5-6 years. And more people are going to be using the internet. We might actually see the emergence of a department of the internet. Hopefully that doesn't happen because Ted Cruz said that he wants there to be a taxes for the internet. For every time that you type something in, you got to pay a taxes or some shit. Obama said he supports net neutrality. I've been waiting for that man to say that forever since he's been elected, really. You know, I don't know, man. I mean, we've got to stop the bullshit. Let me see how much time I got. Anyway, 2 more minutes. You got to stop the bullshit. We got to stop the hatred. Got to understand that we're all Americans, okay? I don't see anyone in the media saying that. You know, you turn on Fox News, it's either angry old men like Bill O'Reilly or it's skinny minis that are blonde talking about how, you know, I'm sick of hearing about these black people in Ferguson. Saying stuff like that. Then you got MSNBC. People are going to have to realize that their children belong to the state and that they belong to communities. Then you got CNN, and they're like, yeah, every state is a sovereign state within the United States of America. And then the Cliven Bundy says, you're wrong, you're wrong. Listen up, I mean, maybe black people are better off slavery. What the hell's wrong with their TV, man? I was flipping through channels. You got VH1 and saw all these butt-naked people kissing each other in a field. What the fuck's going on with our TV? All these naked people all over the place kissing and shit. We're living in a country where 75% of Christians don't pray. They don't attend church. You know, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and Pew, Gallup, all these things are saying that we're living in a post-Christian world. What that means is that Christianity is still around, but the Christians have adopted principles and doctrines contradictory to the real Christian faith, which is true. Why are all these Christians all of a sudden supporting gay marriage? In 2005, about 28 to 30% of the public supported gay marriage. It's 60% now, on average. Okay? The lowest is 40, and that's in West Virginia. Something is fundamentally changing within the Christian mind. People are not going to church. President Obama said he doesn't believe in a literal hell. Did you know that 60% of Christians don't believe in ghosts? 88% of Christians can't name any of the 10 Commandments. You know, Christianity's fading out in this country, man. We're gonna see more of that this year. I don't know, man. I mean, 2015 is gonna be 2014 was a milestone for progress socially. Economically speaking, we've seen progress in the last 31 days. But within this year, we could have an economic collapse. We could have a default. We could have a lot of problems. I don't know. The future's not written. We got to play our cards right. We got to continue to be Americans. We got to continue to be strong. We got to work together. We got to be united. We got to understand that we are a single country.